Hi, my name is Jaryn Wacker, and I'm excited to share with you this evening on the topic of generosity. I'm going to start with one of my scriptures from Proverbs, the 11th chapter. Verse 24 says, "One person gives freely, yet gains even more. Another withholds unduly, but comes to poverty. A generous person will prosper. Whoever refreshes others will be refreshed." Pastor Jim was kind enough to invite me to share for these weekly devotionals on generosity, as he said my background as a financial planner might have some unique insight into this topic. And I'm so glad, because there is so much giving in the realm of wealth management. It comes in many ways. Some give to charity in order to receive deductions on their taxes. Some people give during their life to family and friends. And some want to give when they leave this earth. Many clients are spiritually motivated to give. Some tithe an exact 10% of their income each year. Some give to their churches during the holidays or for special events. But we all like to give. It makes us feel good. I was listening to the radio recently, and the show host started saying, "What is one way that you can improve any bad day?" Of course, I was intrigued, hoping they would provide a simple answer, but I wasn't counting on it. However, their answer surprised me. It was so simple. They said, being generous. That seems crazy, but not just too far out there. Anytime I had a long day at work, argued with a friend, or was feeling down, or maybe just feeling lonely with these unique times, I can just be generous to someone around me, and then I'd feel better? Wow! I totally believe that. Remember verse 25. Whoever refreshes others will be refreshed. I'm always in need of a good refreshing, so why don't I start with giving? My dad was a finance person also. He's worked at the bank his whole life. And when my sister and I were younger, we got an allowance for completing certain chores week to week. But we didn't just get handed a handful of cash. He gave us envelopes. One said saving, one said spending, and one said to church. $2 had to go to savings, and we couldn't touch it. $1 went to spending, and $1 went to church. Aside from teaching us basic finance skills with this, he taught us as little kids to give to the church from everything we received. In essence, that money never even felt like ours. We'd get it on Saturday and bring it to church to put in the basket each Sunday. Now that I'm an adult and actually make a salary, it's easier to give because that money wasn't really ever mine. God is the one who gave me the job and even the education that got me the job. And he gave me parents who taught me to value education, which led to my job. The money was never mine. Now I have another scripture for you from Matthew chapter 16. Do not store up for yourselves treasures on earth, where moths and vermin destroy, and where thieves break in and steal. But store up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where moths and vermin do not destroy, and where thieves do not break in and steal. For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. No one can serve two masters. Either you will hate one and love the other, or you will be devoted to the one and despise the other. You cannot serve both God and money. One of the aspects of comprehensive financial planning is helping our clients to establish an estate plan, which means what happens when they pass. There's a lot of planning that goes into this, and a major aspect of this plan are your wishes for giving at your passing. I've seen so many various estate plans with different goals and objectives, but once you pass, all the money you worked so hard on saving up moves on to new hands, whether that be family members, friends, churches, or charities. Essentially, if you pass away with any sum of accumulated wealth, you've been accumulating this wealth to give away at your passing. Again, the verse says, "Do not store up for yourselves treasures on earth, where moths and vermin destroy." I want to be generous at my death, no doubt. But right now, I want to be generous on earth and store up treasures that will last. And those treasures look like giving now. Giving my time, my effort, and my money. Because remember, it wasn't mine in the first place. I've seen it before. People who work so hard on making the most money they possibly can, only to spend it all year over year. People who bring in over $900,000 and then spend $1 million that same year. They work so hard just to be able to spend that money and then spend even more than they are able. This life looks arduous and fervently materialistic. Here, I see someone serving money, not God. Yet, I see others who give year over year to church, to family, and to friends. Generosity and open-handedness cultivate a God-serving lifestyle. Because God gave the ultimate gift for us, the free gift of grace through his Son on the cross. Because of this, we are able to freely give. Our psalm said, "A generous person will prosper." I don't think prosper means dying with the most money. I think here, prosper means joy-filled, jubilant, and gracious. So in order to find God, I will give.